Today's episode of the Watson Weekly Podcast is brought to you by Miracle. With over 450 global e-commerce customers, they're the engine for e-commerce growth. Meet with one of their e-commerce experts at Shoptalk booth 1746 to explore how you can open new revenue streams with both marketplaces and retail media to better serve customers and drive real revenue growth. What's stopping you from joining the retail revolution? Visit them at booth 1746. It's March 17th, 2025, and this is the Watson Weekly, your essential e-commerce digest. Today on our show, PayPal in hot water over its honey application. AllBirds sales plunge in 2024. Why did Walmart buy a mall? And upcoming e-commerce debate event at Shoptalk. And finally, the Investor Minute, which contains 5 items this week from the world of venture capital, acquisitions, and IPOs. But first, in our shopping cart full of news, PayPal in hot water over its Honey application. As reported by The Verge, the Chrome extension Honey has gotten itself into trouble, so much that Google has had to change the rules of engagement in its own App Store. The result is not a good look for PayPal. Apparently, what's been happening if you install Honey is that the company has been automatically injecting affiliate links into a user's workflow without notifying users that this is what's been happening. Basically, publishers pay Honey to be included in the application, and apparently right before checkout, Honey has been swapping out its publisher's affiliate links with its own affiliate links without the user's knowledge. Ruh-roh, that sounds like a shady business practice. Apparently, Google agrees, as certain YouTubers have sued PayPal over the practice, which Google has taken notice of. I've said for a long time that affiliate marketing can be an elevated art form, or more likely, it's also the seedy underbelly of the internet. I'll let you decide which one Honey is for now. Our second story. AllBirds sales plunge in 2024. If you're wondering if AllBirds can fall any farther, apparently the answer is yes. As reported by Retail Dive, the company claims it's moving forward toward a profitable distribution model for its products. The problem is, who wants its products anymore? A few statistics. A company's revenue fell 25% year over year. And while gross margin expanded by 170 basis points for 2024, in Q4, the company's gross margin fell 670 basis points. All this points to a devaluation of the brand and a company that has lost its mojo. While many seem to think of this as an indictment of direct-to-consumer e-commerce, personally, I think nothing could be further from the truth. Any brand manufacturer that tries to launch 2 or 3 new major product lines over a number of years, which flop in the market, it doesn't matter what channel you try and push that product through, the demand will not follow and will ultimately lead to discounting and liquidation. This is what you have now. There are plenty of brands succeeding with direct-to-consumer. The problem is expanding too quickly, resting on your laurels, and falling behind the competition in a trend-driven market which also prioritizes the underlying quality of the product itself. All told, any rebound in the second half of the year will also depend on the economy, which suddenly is looking not quite so strong as it did in Q4 of last year. Our third story. Why did Walmart buy a mall? One story in the last month that got a few heads scratching is why Walmart would buy a mall for $34 million outside of Pittsburgh, an area that already has a significant number of stores. I think there are a few ways to look at this purchase. One is through a supply chain lens. With a mall, Walmart has a captive audience of customers that it knows are visiting each day, and so Walmart could provide supply chain services to brands and retailers in that mall, which could introduce them to a wider array of Walmart digital services. After all, the best customer is the one that has very few alternatives to the landlord services. Buy online, pick up in mall could become a thing. However, the more likely use case is same-day delivery from the mall to the catchment area around the mall. This could become a way for Walmart fulfillment to gain new customers as well as to improve route density. Lens 2 to look at this mall purchase is advertising. The mall industry is famously behind the times. Outside of Simon, there are very few that have developed significant retail media assets. Walmart has developed a significant number of in store digital assets that it could deploy throughout other services. In other words, it's the same reason Walmart bought Vizio, more ad slots to sell through. Similar to Amazon, Walmart's ad engine is hungry and growing. And like the retail industry itself, Amazon and Walmart have shown that lucrative digital services can improve the utilization and sales efficiency of physical properties in ways that traditional retail cannot. If Walmart can develop a model where it can sell ad inventory not only within the mall itself, but also within the stores of its tenants, then Walmart not only has entry to its own property, but also a door open to the entire store fleet of its mall's tenants that are not managed by Walmart. Mall of the Future is about ads and supply chain, and Walmart is tinkering and at a $34 million bargain. And our last story, upcoming e-commerce debate event at Shoptalk. Headless is nonsense or headless is nirvana? Which side did you fall on? How to justify a business case for a replatform? What about our e-commerce platform users? Does anyone even speak to them anymore? These are topics we speak about in side conversations, but often not out loud where people can hear us. And we chalk it up to innovate or die. But innovation often doesn't pass the CFO smell test. It smells more like hope, which at some point someone told me was not a strategy. To fill the void, we have proposed a series of great debates at Shoptalk and invite you to join us. Scale Commerce Engine and RMW Commerce at Shoptalk for an e-commerce debate like no other. We're tackling the industry's most pressing and controversial topics. No scripted panels, just real discussions with strong opinions and even stronger personalities. The topics on the table include headless commerce. Is it essential for growth or is it unnecessary complexity? Replatforming. Necessary evolution or expensive disruption? AI and e-commerce. Empowering employees or replacing them? And growth versus conversion. Where should brands really focus? The audience decides the winners. 2 debaters enter, only 1 leaves. It's survival of the best storytellers, and you get to call the shots. Hit me up on LinkedIn if you would like an invitation to the debates. It's that time, friends, for our Investor Minute. We have 5 items on the menu today. First, ShopCircle raises $60 million in Series B funding. ShopCircle, a builder and aggregator of e-commerce applications, has raised $60 million in Series B funding that will be used to fund its first platform-agnostic acquisition, Aiden, an AI-powered guided selling solution. The company is currently focused on providing apps that Shopify stores can use, but now is starting to dabble in platform-agnostic solutions. Does this imply that it's beginning to focus on enterprise customers? Second, Authentic Brands Group signs license agreement with Velocity Global Brands for Quicksilver Women. Authentic Brands Group has partnered with Velocity Global Brands to design, manufacture, and distribute Quicksilver women's apparel in the US and Canada. Quicksilver Women was reportedly discontinued in 2013 amid Quicksilver's struggle to stay alive and relevant. It's important to note that Velocity Global Brands has partnered before with Authentic Brands Group and has agreements for brands such as Lucky Brand and Jeffrey Bean. Hopefully, Quicksilver's legacy will be honored. Third, Celsius Holdings to acquire Better For You Alani Nu for $1.8 billion. Celsius Holdings will acquire health and wellness drinks brand Alani Nu from its founders and operator Congo Brands for a $1.8 billion deal through cash and stock. Alani Nu has created a female-focused brand that delivers functional beverages and wellness products. This acquisition enables Alani Nu to utilize Celsius's resources and investment for the subsequent next phase of growth. It also creates a leading Better For You functional platform that generates a combined $2 billion in expected sales. The Better For You theme continues. Fourth, Contour Brands acquired global outdoor and workwear brand Helly Hansen for $900 million. Contour Brands, an apparel company that owns iconic brands Wrangler and Lee, will acquire Norwegian outdoor and workwear brand Helly Hansen from Canadian Tire for $900 million through a combination of cash on hand and new debt financing. Contour Brands acquires a brand that offers complementary geographical growth opportunities as well as a growing outdoor and workwear sectors. And finally, HP acquires wearable AI pin maker Humane for $116 million. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. HP has acquired a wearable artificial intelligence pin manufacturer, Humane, for $115 million and a bag of packing peanuts. The company's 300 patents and patent applications, its Cosmos platform, and its employees will join a new AI innovation lab called HP IQ within HP. Humane was founded in 2023, raised over $230 million in capital, and then fizzled out. There is no trade-in or replacement program for device owners, and when the device shuts down, it should be recycled according to Humane. A $499 or $699 device ends its life as a paperweight. Did you know that RMW Commerce has another podcast? Check out the Watson Weekend for an unfiltered and lively e-commerce chat each week with me, Rick Watson, my co-host Jess Liseski, and an array of interesting guests and topics, all focused on e-commerce. You can find the Watson Weekend by searching for it on iTunes, Spotify, or YouTube. That's all for this week. Till next time, Watsonians. Hi, I'm Rick Watson, CEO and founder of RMW Commerce Consulting and host of the Watson Weekly podcast, your essential e-commerce digest. Our production partner for the series is Podcast on the Fly. This podcast is produced by RMW Commerce. To hear new episodes of the show every Monday morning, subscribe now at rmwcommerce.com/Watson Weekly and wherever you get your podcasts.